Good evening and salutations, my BNB fans. Oh my goodness. You know what I'm about to sit there and talk about right now? Ridge. Ridge is a jackass. Oh my goodness. This man. I don't know the right words I could sit there and use for him. I mean, he's more than just coming across as I don't even know what to sit there and say about this guy. I really don't. I'm just floored by this whole scene that he practically tells Hope, hey, listen, by the way, if you want Deacon in your life, you need to get out. You need to take you and your kids and your husband, and get the hell up out of my house. I'm not asking you. I'm telling you. I just sat there and I was like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This man literally kicked out his wife's daughter because, oh, I'm not going to have Deacon Sharp or whatever his name is in my life, even though, my stepdaughter wants to sit there and have a relationship with. No, 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 no. I'm the man of the house, and this is what I say go, and I put my foot down. I'm like, just, that's what I was thinking the whole time. And by the way, this whole scene lasted way longer than it should have. Um, I think this is kind of the problem with having a show, half an hour, because you get scenes like this that just drag on way too long. Like in the beginning, I was like, "Oh, you got to be kidding me!" Like when I heard him first sit there and say, "If you want a relationship with your father, then you need to find another place to live." And I'm not gonna lie, Hope just kind of stood there, and I couldn't tell if this is just like them just making her a stupid character, or was she just that dumbfounded? She really was like, so you're saying that if I want a relationship with my father, then I'm gonna have to sit there and get out. Yes, yes, sweetheart. That's exactly what he just said. Did you not did you not hear a word what he just said? He just said, pack your stuff, get in your kids, and get the hell up out my damn house. That's what he said. And she's just like, you telling me that you want me to go? uh, I can't make this up. I really can't. I really can't make this up. Um, yeah, this jackass actually kicked out his stepdaughters, his stepdaughter, and her family out because he just has that much of a problem with Deacon. Like he's not, and all this is really coming down to the fact that the affair, the affair that happened years ago. He's so, and here's the thing: I don't want to sit there and say anything like, I don't want to sit there and say he's like butthurt because, to be honest, he does have a right to be upset about it. I don't care if it's 5 years ago, if it's 15 years ago, it's 5 minutes ago. He has a right to be upset about it. Okay? But I'm also just like, bro, you took her back. You know? She just wants a relationship with her father. You don't have to be a part of that. You could just do your own thing. But no, this is all about, and this is, I don't know if this guy's just a blockhead or just an idiot and kind of a dick. I, I, I mean, this is the way he comes at his problems. When I came back to start watching the show again, he was going at it with his dad. He was like, no, you need to sit there and get her out this house. You need to do it right now. You're gonna walk up in his house and start telling him what to do with his life. So you're in charge now, right? He's not the dad, you're the dad, you tell him what to do now? Listen, that stuff may work well in business, a firm grip and, leading the charge and all that other stuff like that. But when you're dealing with people, bro, they ain't chess pieces, okay? You can't just sit there and tell somebody, yeah, you gotta move this way because I said so. And that's his problem. That is his problem. That is his problem. And so, yeah, that's literally what ended up happening. He acts like a jackass. He kicks out Hope. Oh, I'm sorry. He gives her an ultimatum and says, if you want this, then you have to do what I say. And if you don't, you, your kids, and your husband need to get the hell up out of my house. I mean, he tried to make it seem like he was civil, but he was just being rude as hell. There's just no other way around it. And hell, even Hope was like, did you talk to my mother? Oh, I will. Oh, you will. Oh, okay. All right. I want to be a fly on the wall when that conversation happens. By the way, side note, Brooke practically was like, "You're welcome in this house." After looking at all the evidence and seeing that he wants to be a changed man and good and all this good stuff, you're welcome in this house. And of course, Deacon, because he's Deacon, is like, "So, remember back in the '90s, we had that like amazing sex? Wasn't it like the best stuff you ever had?" Bro, she's married to a guy who practically wants to, you know, execute you on sight. And you want to sit there and start reminding his wife about the time that y'all used to sit there and have mind blowing sex? Because you're not pushing your luck already, right? And after a while, Brooker's like, yeah, I think it's time for you to go. Yeah, I think it's time for you to go today. So why don't you just go and be with your daughter? He walks towards the little cabin house or whatever, and he overhears the conversation with Jackass Ridge and Hope. Pretty much him telling her she needs to get the hell out. Nice, Ridge. Real smooth. Um, Not gonna lie, kind of the scene between Thomas and that desperate model was just like, it was so awkward and so uncomfortable, and I couldn't wait for it to be over. He said, "Oh, you look good in your dress or whatever. You look like you're gonna go out on a night on town for dancing," and she just has to throw herself at him because apparently this woman like. Anyway, it was awkward, it was uncomfortable, and I wish that I could fast forward it. But I don't really trust the fast forward feature on Paramount Plus yet, so just had to kind of sit through that. That was annoying. After that, Steffi just talked about Sheila and talked about how Sheila's bad. The usual. Sheila's bad, and I don't want her nowhere near my husband, and yada 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 yada. Not gonna lie, kind of sound like a broken record after a while, and like not in a good way. Like there's really a good way. But anyway, so that scene happens, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of felt them both to be pointless in this episode. But hey, they were there because reasons. Reasons. Almost forgot what the hell the third scene was. No, and that was Finn and Sheila, disguising herself as a nurse or someone that works in the hospital. And Finn just has that look like, yo, we ain't supposed to be together. Like, we're not supposed to share practically the same air. You know how my wife is, pretty much? That's the look that he had on his face. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty sure a lot of people like him for his looks and stuff, and that's, it's soap operas. So, why does he have, like, the most dumbfounded looks on his faces sometimes? Like, he'll just have one of those expressions, and it's just like, I'm not gonna lie, with that expression, it's hard for me to believe that you're a doctor. At all. Like, you just. He just has one of those very, like, dumbfounded, confused looks on his face a lot of times. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, it kind of takes me out of the soap opera. Sometimes, I'm just like, I know that you're trying to be serious, and I really I really want to get invested into it, but I also feel like I'm about to start laughing, and that is taking me out of this scene. That's not good. That's not good. That's just not good. And I know I shouldn't harp on that, but it's not like it's a little problem. Okay? I've had this problem with this character since I first started watching this show. Like about a year ago or 2 years ago. And just every time he just has one of those confused looks on his face, and it's just like, I get it. A lot of ladies like you, but you just have those expressions on your face where not only can I not take you seriously, but I feel like I'm about to start bursting into laughter. Anyway, so is that. Sheila checks on him, makes sure he's okay. He opens up, he says thank you to Sheila for having Jack tell him the truth, coming from him as opposed to coming from her. Granted, that's what Thomas and Smith is saying, is that she's playing chess in a way of making herself look like the good person, not the good guy, but the good girl, whatever. By, pushing Jack to tell Finn the truth, this way it scores points for her. Which works. It works. And granted, here's the thing. Even if this was a calculated move to, be more ingrained in Finn's life, regardless of whatever the motives were, I mean, a good outcome came from it. He was happy that he got to know the truth. He was happy that she did it, Regardless of the reasons for it, this is one of those, the ends justified the means. So, that's cool. Anyway, he was like, yeah, I gotta go and see patients. And of course, Sheila was like, well, did you hear about Deacon and Hope? They're getting a lot more closer, and, they have a lot of bad history with their families. I was like, Sheila, you're pushing it. I was like, Sheila, you're pushing it, alright? You have one good visit with him, why don't you just celebrate that? Okay? Even Finn was like, yeah, their situation is a lot different than the situation between me and you. Okay? It's just a lot different. I don't know exactly how different it is, but I'm not gonna lie, it comes across as Sheila being a lot more deadlier than Deacon. I mean, killer bees? Didn't I heard like she did something with a dog or something like that? But bees, yeah. So, their scene went well, but it seems like he's getting more close to his mom, even though he knows that it's forbidden because, pretty much the stuff he says, it just kind of goes. And don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that she doesn't have right to feel how she feels. And she's, the thing is, a lot of times she claims that she is sympathetic, she understands where Finn is coming from. But a lot of times, whenever Finn sits there and says, well, she did a good thing, the minute that he says anything, she's just like, well, she's a bad person because she did this, she did that, she really terrorized my family, yada, yada, yada. It's almost like Finn is sitting there saying, she just knocked someone over and she just was cleaning it up with a mop. She didn't have any intentions on, like, knocking over the head lately. But it's just one of those things where it's like Finn has to walk on eggshells every time he talks about Finn. I mean, every time he talks about Sheila. Regardless of what it is. Unless if it's not bad, then you're walking on eggshells, and to be honest, no one likes that. No one likes that. No one deserves that. And, yeah. Anyway, I feel like that's about it for the most part. If I forgot anything, please write it down in the comment section below. I want to thank you for watching. Be safe. Have a great, safe weekend. And I will see you in the next video.